As we mentioned in our previous video on private debt, because of the increase of lending restrictions imposed on banks after the global financial crisis, more and more firms are giving direct loans to private companies. Well, many firms that offer private debt have not only been growing organically, but also through acquisitions. In this video, we will talk about 3 recent acquisitions where firms investing in private debt have grown through acquisition. We will talk about SoundPoint's acquisition of CVC's US lending unit. Then we'll talk about Onex's acquisition of Falcon. And we'll talk about Ares Management's acquisition of AMP's infrastructure debt platform. And we'll end the video with a final thought. So let's get started with SoundPoint's acquisition of CVC's US lending unit. In June 2021, it was announced that SoundPoint Capital acquired CVC Credit's US direct lending unit. With the addition of CVC Credit's US direct lending unit, SoundPoint, which has over $25 billion in assets under management, will be able to add the experienced 9-person team that ran CVC's US direct lending unit. Now, while there are multiple reasons for this transaction, acquiring top talent with private debt expertise was a motivating factor for SoundPoint in this transaction. Now, looking at Onex's acquisition of Falcon, where Onex Credit acquired Falcon Investment Advisors back in December 2020, well, in addition to adding the experienced team at Falcon, another motivating factor for this transaction was the complementary nature of the two firms. Onex Credit's focus was mid-market to large cap, while Falcon's specialized focus was in companies in the lower middle market. So after the transaction, Onex now has an offering called Onex Falcon for their clients to access. Now, looking at another transaction, Ares Management's acquisition of AMP's infrastructure debt platform, where in December 2021, Ares Management Corporation announced an agreement to acquire AMP's PrivateMarketsCo's infrastructure debt platform, which is one of the largest infrastructure debt investment platforms globally. This transaction looks to be a win-win transaction for both Ares and AMP's PrivateMarketsCo, since Ares is looking to grow its infrastructure debt offering, while PrivateMarketsCo is looking to focus on equity investments in real estate and infrastructure. This transaction is fairly recent, so it'll be interesting to follow along to see how it will turn out. Now, here's a final thought. Investors, private debt as an asset class has grown quite a lot over the recent years. This asset class can provide you an opportunity to invest in yielding assets that can provide diversification benefits to your portfolio. There are quite a few firms out there that are focused on private debt. And as can be seen in this video, these firms are changing fairly quickly. My advice is that if you are looking to invest in private debt funds, make sure to fully understand the strategy of the specific fund you are investing in. There are quite a few different strategies that a firm offering private debt can offer. So make sure to understand each of these strategies and to do your due diligence. In this video, we talked about 3 recent acquisitions where firms investing in private debt have grown through acquisition. We talked about SoundPoint's acquisition of CVC's US lending unit. We talked about Onex's acquisition of Falcon. And we talked about Ares Management's acquisition of AMP's infrastructure debt platform. Do you know of other acquisitions in the private debt space? If so, please share them in the comments below.